Tato from the Hairdressing Boutique. Today I'm going to be taking you through a tutorial on how to do a front fringe braid as seen on celebrity styles like Nicole Richie, Jennifer Aniston and even the Olsen twins. So basically I've gone through and I've actually prepared my hair just like Lisa did in the previous beach curl tutorial. So I've gone through, I've prepared my hair with extinguished just as Lisa has done, and I've given myself a bit of a soft curl. Run my fingers through it just to make the curl up a little bit. It does look a little bit different to how Lisa has done it, but that's obviously because I've got shorter hair, and yeah, so at least you can see how the medium style bob can actually look with curls as well. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just basically going to go through and actually braid the front of my hair. So I'm just going to go through and section out pretty much exactly where I feel like I'm going to be actually having my braid through there. So I'm just going to clip up the front top bit, and I'm going to start off with actually taking a really fine section through the front. And then basically what you want to do is you pretty much want to go through and separate the hair into 3 pieces. So just like this. So the thicker the pieces you do though, the thicker the braid will be, but because you're wanting to be the braid through the front, I would suggest to do them a little bit finer. So basically what you're going to be doing now is you're going to be taking this back section and twisting it over the middle section, and then pulling that middle section back up to the top. And then you're going to be taking your front section and twisting that over your middle section as well. So then you're going to be pulling that front section back into the middle. And now what you're going to be doing is basically repeating that step. So pulling this back bit back into your middle section. And then once you get to this side, you actually want to be pulling a little bit of that front hair into this section. So that section there will go through. You grab a small section and put that into the middle. And you just basically want to repeat those steps. And again, the bigger the sections you start to take, the bigger the braid will actually be, the thicker it will turn out. So making sure that when you get to this point of the hair, you want to actually be making sure that you're holding your hand just back a little bit, so then that way it's not going to actually fall too far onto the face. So you can see I'm directing this hair backwards. So again, making sure you're holding all of that hair back. Now, it's up to you whether or not you're wanting to include all of this front section into your braid. Most of the time when I do this myself, I actually leave that bit out, just because in that way it actually sits a little bit nicer behind your ear. So I will actually then start leaving that section and taking my section a little bit further back and making sure that that hairline is still kept free of the braid. So now basically that's how much I want to include in my braid. So if you're wanting to take it down just a little bit further, you can actually include all of that front section into it as well. But I like mine just to be a little bit softer. So basically now, just to finish it off, you can see you've got the 3 sections like you have at the start. So pretty much all you're now doing is going through and just finishing the rest of the braid off. And it doesn't matter so much if you get little pieces like this which actually stick out of your braid, because we will actually be tucking that underneath the rest of the hair. Okay, so to finish this one off, all you're doing is you're going to be grabbing a small little hair here come in the value pack. So these are a really great one that you can actually use on your children as well as yourself. So they come in quite a different sizes through here. So the smaller the braid you use, the smaller the hair tie you need. So for this particular one, you really don't need a hair tie that's going to be much bigger than sort of this size here. So just loop it through a couple of times. And now what you want to do is you want to grab your hair that you have already pinned up through the top. Now again, this is totally up to you how you actually style your hair through there, but I actually quite like the idea of being able to have just a little bit of my hair over the top. So you can either pull all of this back and make sure that your braid is shown a little bit, or you can actually just let your hair fall over the top of the braid as well. But today I'm actually going to go through and I'm actually going to pin what I've just done through the back as well. And don't worry too much about being able to see that section, because if you actually pin this bit back, what you'll actually do is you'll actually take that hair tie out and your bobby pin will actually hold that in anyway. So you just want to go through with the bobby pin and basically pin that bit back. So it'll look like that. So then all you do is you just go through and take out that hair tie that you've used to secure the end, and then just undo your end slightly. And then I just go through and actually just pull a little bit of that top hair over the front, just so you can actually hide that bobby pin a little bit. And then what I do is I just go through with my granite hair lacquer. So basically this is De Lorenzo's Strong Hold hairspray, and this one I actually find to be really good to make sure that it lasts throughout the whole day for you. And mainly focusing on making sure that you are getting that back section, just so then that way the bobby pin will actually stay in place as well. And then I'm going to go through and just use an anti-humidity shine spray. So this one's called Afterglow, which is one of De Lorenzo's newest products. And then I'm basically just going to take my arm out and give it a bit of a spritz throughout. You don't need too much of this because it does actually leave the hair quite weighty. Yeah, so that's it. So that's my tutorial on a front French braid that you can actually use to put in something a little bit different through the front as well.